Today I wanted to teach you one of my favorite journaling or writing techniques for working through creative blocks. Of course, I believe that any type of journaling, whether it's daily journaling or prompts or writing poetry or creating short stories, any type of journaling or writing is going to help you work through creative blocks. But I'm really excited to share this one because I think it's going to be really helpful in you learning how to basically coach yourself through your creative process. So if you don't already know and you are new here, hello, I am Danielle Langin. I am a writer, a poet, an aspiring author, and I am a creativity coach. I like to guide people through their creative process so that they can bring their passion projects to life, so that they can work through the fear and self-sabotage that's stopping them from putting beauty into the world. A lot of my own healing journey and a lot of what allowed me to become who I am today and start living this creative life that I've always dreamed of was me working through those things. So now I want to help others do the same. So if you like things like creativity and mindfulness and all things journaling, because if you know me, I am journal obsessed, then go ahead and press the subscribe button and be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Okay, so let's dive in. The writing technique or journaling technique that I want to share with you today that's going to help you work through your creative blocks is called dialoguing. This is something that has been around for a long time in the world of therapy. I actually learned it from a therapist named Cheryl Paul. If you haven't heard of her, she is incredibly knowledgeable around anxiety and highly sensitive people. And I also learned it from Eric Maisel, who is known to be the father of creativity coaching. Though he doesn't necessarily talk about it as a writing technique, he tells you to literally dialogue out loud with yourself, which if you're not into writing, then definitely do that. But I do think there's something about putting pen to paper that kind of makes something in the brain click. So I have used this technique myself to work through my own anxiety, work through fear, connect to my inner child, connect to my intuition. And now lately I've been having fun playing with the creative blocks within me. So things like my fear of failure, my fear of success, because that is a thing, my fear of rejection, my fear of not doing it perfectly. And it has been such an eye-opener to work through those things and hold myself and coach myself through them. And side note, I also have another technique that I like to use for my creative process and my creative blocks. It's another writing technique, and if you want to learn about that one, I can make another video about it. It's called mind mapping or clustering. You could use either term. But let me know in the comments if you want another video like this with another journaling technique specifically for your creative blocks. Okay, so essentially what you're doing with dialoguing is you're taking a piece of you that is, let's call it the shadow side, right? So your fear, your anxiety, your inner critic, your inner child, something that needs love and attention and support from you. And then you, on the other side of the dialogue, are dialoguing as yourself or your loving self or your best self, your higher self, right? This quality of you that is not afraid, this quality of you that can hold you like a loving parent or talk to you as if you are a friend. The things we say to ourselves in our heads are not always the nicest things, but we all possess this quality to show love and support and affection to those around us. Why can't we use that with ourselves as well? So what you're going to do, and I used fear of failure as an example here, but you can dialogue with essentially any fear or any anxiety, or like I said before, your inner child, whatever you're feeling called to, whatever you feel like is creating a creative block. So you're going to start with what your creative block is bringing up for you. So here I wrote, what if I fail? And then you're going to use your loving self or your higher self or your best self to basically go back and forth in a conversation that essentially will lead you to feeling more at ease. And the idea here is to create some clarity, create some release, but that might not always happen. So after you dialogue for, I would say, 5 minutes or so, you can do a reflection piece at the end and just kind of give like a little summary of what came up for you in the dialogue and what you're taking away from the dialogue. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend some time journaling on this right now so I can give you a little bit of an idea of what the process looks like and feels like and what I personally take away from it. Okay, so I'm not going to read all of it to you, but essentially what happened as I was basically splitting two of my pieces of myself, right? This loving part of me who is very nurturing and can see clearly, and then the fear part of me that doesn't always see clearly and is genuinely afraid of failure. And what started with, what if I fail, ended with, I'm afraid of not being able to give my future family, my husband and our future family, a life that I didn't have growing up. It's not to say that my life wasn't good or there weren't good things in my life, but my parents didn't find success in the traditional sense, right? Or they found success, but then they lost it. So growing up, we were always in like financial hardships. And I don't want that for myself or my husband or whatever our future brings. And so at one point, my loving self says, so you think it'll always be hard? And fear says yes. And loving self says, what if it gets to be easy? And fear says, that's all I could hope for. And loving self says, that's all you deserve. So my reflection of this is that I'm afraid I'll never get to that state of happiness and financial ease that I want, that I deserve, that I'm worthy of. And there is some work to do around here, around that lack of self-worth. So I hope you can see that not only can this help you work through creative blocks, but it can also help you to learn how to self-soothe, to learn how to be there for yourself, to be that loving friend, that loving parent that you need and maybe you can't always get elsewhere. It really teaches you how to coach yourself and speak to yourself in a more loving and compassionate way. So I hope you liked this video. I love making these. They're always so fun to me. Love teaching you journaling, especially because I'm studying journaling. I think the world of journal therapy is absolutely fascinating and it really can help us in our creative expression and our creative selves. So yeah, if you want more videos like this, please leave a comment below and let me know. I have a few more journaling techniques that I think could be really great for creative blocks, so let me know if you are interested in those. And don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and turn on the notifications. Every single subscriber helps me to grow this channel and to get this work out to more people because I think it is so important. I'm so deeply passionate about it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the process of journaling and creating, and I will see you next week. What did I say?